Jake's tale kicks off with a sense of routine turned upside down. Feeling trapped in a mundane existence, Jake's supervisor, Shelley, becomes a part of this unexpected journey by offering him a ride to Abe's house. He receives a phone call about his grandfather, Abe, sparking concern. The fact that Abe sounds distressed and fearful hints at an intriguing mystery waiting to unfold. The initial arrival at Abe's house unfolds into a chilling scene of chaos and horror. The unsettling sight of a man with white eyes looms ominously. Inside the house, the evidence of a struggle is evident as it's ransacked. The discovery of Abe's flashlight stained with blood in the woods intensifies the dread, hinting at a gruesome incident. As Jake stumbles upon Abe lying on the ground, the old man's horrifying condition, with his eyes missing, instills a sense of terror. Abe's last words, a warning of impending doom, add a haunting layer to the unfolding mystery. The arrival of a monstrous creature amplifies the tension, plunging Jake into a life-threatening situation. Shelley's emergence, armed and ready to defend, adds a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. But as she fires at the unseen threat, the disturbing realization sets in. There might be something unseen, a sinister force lurking beyond their sight, evoking a sense of unnerving uncertainty and fear. Jake's visit to Dr. Golan introduces a different aspect to the ongoing mystery surrounding his grandfather's death. Seeking solace and guidance, Jake confides in his psychologist about his unsettling feelings following Abe's passing. Despite the official report citing Abe's cause of death as a heart attack, Jake remains convinced that there's more to the story, sensing foul play in his grandfather's demise. The flashback reveals an intriguing and fantastical side to Jake's childhood, portraying Abe as a storyteller weaving tales of wonder and mystery. Through these stories, Abe introduces Jake to a world filled with monsters, oddities, and the fantastical existence of a group home for children overseen by the enigmatic Miss Peregrine, an Englishwoman shrouded in mystery. This unique home houses children with peculiar abilities, each living under Miss Peregrine's care, creating an aura of magic and intrigue that captivates Jake's imagination. Abe's narratives paint a vivid picture of a world beyond the ordinary, filled with extraordinary individuals and hidden abilities, fostering a sense of wonder and fascination in Jake's young mind. The introduction of the book from Abe, authored by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Within the book lies a postcard, a beacon from Miss Peregrine, extending a welcoming invitation. Jake seeks guidance from Dr. Golan. Encouraged by his psychologist, Jake takes a bold step, persuading his parents to allow him to journey to Cairnholm and visit Miss Peregrine. This decision sets the stage for an adventure that promises to unravel the secrets of Abe's past. Accompanied by his father Franklin, despite their strained relationship with Abe, an encounter with a Peregrine falcon on the ferry sparks a playful jest from Jake, suggesting it might be Miss Peregrine herself, invoking a sense of whimsy and anticipation. Upon reaching the island, Jake and Franklin settle in at an old pub doubling as lodging. Franklin, perhaps seeking to foster his son's exploration, arranges for local boys to guide Jake to the desired part of the island. However, upon reaching the spot where Miss Peregrine's home once stood, Jake is met with disappointment and despair. The discovery of the destroyed home shatters his hopes, leading him to believe that Miss Peregrine and the peculiar children are likely long gone, leaving him disillusioned and disheartened. Jake's return to the home unearths a startling discovery, a group of peculiar children residing there, mirroring the tales his grandfather once shared. Overwhelmed by the unexpected encounter, Jake's initial reaction is to flee, leading to an unfortunate fall that renders him unconscious. Regaining consciousness, Jake finds himself in the company of Bronwyn, a little girl with remarkable strength, showcasing the extraordinary abilities Abe had described. Introduced to a diverse group of peculiar children, Emma, Olive, Hugh, and the masked twins, each possessing unique and extraordinary powers. Guided through a cave by the children, Jake's unease and fear prompt him to abruptly flee from the unfamiliar and fantastical environment. The return to the pub takes an unexpected turn for Jake as he encounters a hostile reception from the manager and patrons, their suspicions casting a shadow of distrust upon him. Threatened and barred from accessing his room, Jake faces accusations of espionage, exacerbating the tense situation. However, the timely arrival of the peculiar children at the pub shifts the dynamic as they intervene to extricate Jake from the hostile environment. Their unexpected appearance and intervention offer Jake a lifeline, providing a sense of relief amidst the escalating tension. The introduction to Miss Peregrine, the enigmatic guardian of these peculiar children, marks a significant moment for Jake. Meeting the remaining children, Fiona, Millard, Claire, Horace, and Enoch, Enoch's unique power to briefly revive the deceased showcases the surreal and eerie nature, his demonstration using skeletal puppets. The undercurrent of emotion and jealousy emerges as Enoch's feelings for Emma come to light. Aware of Jake's affection for Emma and harboring his own unrequited feelings for her, Enoch's jealousy adds a layer of complexity and tension to the dynamics within the group. Emma's lingering feelings for Abe, who departed long ago. Miss Peregrine's revelation unravels the enigmatic nature of their existence, unveiling the intricate mechanics of the time loop that encapsulates their lives. The peculiar children are ensnared within a temporal anomaly, perpetually stuck in a recurring cycle, reliving the same day. September 3rd, 1943, moments before a fatal bomb strike threatens their existence. The time loop, A protective cocoon of sorts shields them from the perils of the outside world, granting them a semblance of peace and safety within its confines. Miss Peregrine's ability to reset the clock, retracting time by 24 hours, becomes their only means of survival. The dinner with Miss Peregrine and the peculiar children evolves into a surreal experience, complete with Horace's prophetic dreams that manifest as vivid and eerie visions. The dreams unveil distressing scenes, including the abduction of a woman by sinister figures, and a glimpse of Jake and Emma in a moment that carries a potent sense of awkwardness within the room, sparking a ripple of emotions among the group. The encounter with the distressed farmer who has lost all his sheep hints at looming danger or an unsettling presence on the island. This troubling incident draws Jake and his father back to the pub, where an unexpected discovery awaits. A letter penned by Abe, addressing Miss Peregrine and warning her about a certain Mr. Barron. Jake's clandestine return to the peculiar home unravels a startling revelation as he discovers Miss Peregrine tending to the injured bird, which turns out to be none other than Miss Avocet. With burning questions about Barron's threat lingering, Jake seeks answers from Miss Peregrine, hoping for clarity about the looming danger. However, Miss Peregrine's reluctance to provide direct responses adds to the air of mystery and suggests the gravity of the situation surrounding Barron. The unexpected encounter with Enoch and Olive leads Jake to a chilling revelation as he's brought into the presence of Victor, Bronwyn's deceased brother. The eerie sight of Victor's lifeless form, eyes missing, echoes the tragic fate suffered by Abe at the hands of the same ominous creature. The clandestine journey to Emma's hidden sanctuary within a sunken ship beneath the ocean unfolds as a momentous discovery for Jake. In this underwater refuge, Emma employs her abilities, enveloping Jake in an air bubble and expelling the water from the ship, allowing them to explore the eerie depths. Within this secret haven, Emma reveals unsettling photographs of pale-eyed individuals, including Barron, the very man Jake had seen near Abe's house on the night of his death. The connection between these figures and the ominous events surrounding Abe's demise deepens, amplifying the sense of danger looming over them. Their observation of Miss Peregrine, armed with a crossbow near a chalk outline marking a peculiar creature's presence, unravels an intense moment. As an eyeless, towering monster emerges, visible only to Jake, the gravity of his peculiar ability becomes evident. Miss Peregrine's calculated action, shooting the creature and aligning it perfectly with the chalk outline, signifies a confrontation unseen by others, showcasing their battle against unseen and perilous adversaries. Emma's realization that Jake possesses the peculiar ability to perceive these invisible monsters marks a pivotal revelation. Jake's unique gift of perceiving these hidden threats presents a newfound layer of complexity, shaping his role in the peculiar world and underscoring the imminent dangers lurking within their reality. The revelations within Emma's book unravel the sinister nature of Barron and his cohorts, unveiling their identity as Hollogasts, also known simply as Hollows. This predatory group of peculiars exists as a distinct faction, driven by a malevolent purpose to hunt and prey upon the benevolent peculiars, seeking a means to break free from the confines of time loops and attain eternal life. The account detailed in the book reveals Barron's ill-fated experiment, involving Miss Avocet due to her imbrine powers. However, the experiment catastrophically backfired, resulting in the transformation of Barron and his associates into grotesque, monstrous beings, the Hollows. Their quest for eternal life led them to resort to consuming the eyes of other peculiars as a means to revert to their human forms, a haunting and gruesome method of regaining their lost humanity. This chilling backstory sheds light on the sinister motivations and ominous actions of the Hollows, exposing the darkness that pervades their existence and the dire consequences of their relentless pursuit for immortality. The revelation serves as a grim reminder of the dangers posed by these malevolent creatures, underscoring the ongoing threat they pose to the peculiar children and the fragile balance of their peculiar world. Miss Peregrine's arrival into the room, finding the peculiar children gathered alongside Miss Avocet in her human form, marks a critical juncture in their situation. The looming threat posed by Barron and the persistent danger he presents to the safety of the children prompt a grave decision from Miss Peregrine. Recognizing the imminent peril and the vulnerability of their current sanctuary, Miss Peregrine makes a difficult but crucial determination. Concerned for the safety and well-being of the children under her care, she resolves that the time has come to depart from their present home and seek refuge elsewhere, a new haven and a fresh time loop to shield them from the impending danger posed by Barron and the menacing Hollows. This pivotal decision signifies a moment of urgency and action. The unsettling turn of events catapults Jake back to the beach, where he discovers Franklin, deeply distressed by the grim discovery of the wheelchair-bound man, now deceased with his eyes gruesomely removed. This disturbing revelation heightens the sense of danger that looms over their surroundings, intensifying the urgency and fear in the air. As Jake retreats, seeking solace within the familiar confines of a cave, he is pursued by an unexpected presence, the ornithologist who had crossed paths with them earlier. However, the guise is swiftly discarded as the man morphs into the form of Dr. Golan, revealing his true identity as Baron, the menacing antagonist behind the escalating threat. Baron's menacing approach, transforming his hand into a blade and menacingly pressing it against Jake's throat, casts a foreboding shadow over the situation. With a chilling display of power and intent, Baron compels Jake. The tense confrontation escalates as Baron coerces Jake into leading him to the peculiar home. Miss Peregrine's arrival brings a grave realization of the imminent danger, prompting her to make a decisive move to safeguard the children's lives. Aware of the looming threat posed by Baron and his hollow ally, Miss Peregrine swiftly takes charge, urging the children to retreat to safety, knowing that Jake's unique ability to perceive the invisible threats makes him their only hope for survival. In a moment of solemnity and gravity, she implores Jake to promise to protect the children should anything happen to her, entrusting him with their safety in the face of looming peril. Resolute in his commitment, Jake solemnly agrees to Miss Peregrine's plea. In a final act of sacrifice and bravery, Miss Peregrine transforms into her bird form, offering herself up to Baron in an effort to shield the children from harm, displaying immense courage and selflessness in the face of imminent danger. The tense and harrowing situation reaches its peak as Jake and Miss Avocet endeavor to keep the peculiar children hidden in the shroud of darkness, preparing for the inevitable arrival of the menacing Hollow. The tension mounts to a climactic crescendo as Miss Avocet, amidst guiding the children to safety, is abruptly seized and pulled away by the insidious clutches of the Hollow, leaving the young ones vulnerable and in the throes of imminent danger. In a valiant attempt to protect the children, Jake steps into the fray, wielding Miss Peregrine's crossbow against the menacing Hollow. However, despite his determined efforts, Jake struggles to land a decisive blow, each arrow missing its mark as the tense struggle unfolds. Amidst the chaos, the impending threat reaches its peak as the German plane drops a bomb on the house, resulting in a cataclysmic explosion that claims the Hollow, finally putting an end to its menacing presence. The destructive force of the bomb seals the fate of the time loop, shattering the sanctuary forever and rendering it inaccessible to the peculiar children, marking the end of an era and closing the door to their former refuge. The poignant and heart-wrenching turn of events leaves the children bereft of their sanctuary, their home forever lost, symbolizing the irrevocable closure of a cherished chapter in their lives. The peculiar children unite their efforts, collaborating to raise Emma's sunken ship to the surface, charting their course toward the Blackpool Tower, a new loop that holds the potential for their sanctuary and a chance to rewrite history's cruel fate. Amidst their journey, Jake and Emma grasp the possibility that intervening in this loop could alter the tragic outcome that befell Abe. As they reach the pier, the children confront the imminent danger within the haunted house, a sinister setting where the Hollows plan to conduct their malevolent experiment involving Miss Peregrine and other Imbrines. In a strategic move, Jake and Emma lure a faction of the menacing Hollows outside. The stakes are high, and their united efforts symbolize a daring endeavor to change the course of history and secure their future. The confrontation at the pier unfolds into a chaotic yet strategic battle as the peculiar children rally their unique abilities and resourcefulness against the menacing Hollows. Leveraging their peculiar powers and quick thinking, they initiate a spirited counterattack to expose the Hollows to visible sight. The children ingeniously utilize snowballs and cotton candy, allowing the Hollows to become visible. Enoch contributes by animating skeletons that engage in a fierce struggle against the Hollows, effectively neutralizing their threat. Meanwhile, Bronwyn's incredible strength comes to the fore as she hurls a horse from the merry-go-round, flinging a Hollow into the waters, disrupting their malevolent intentions. Inside the lair, a tense confrontation unfolds between the children. In the climactic confrontation, Jake and Emma valiantly face Baron, their efforts to combat him thwarted by his immunity to their attacks. Jake orchestrates the freeing of the Imbrines, eliciting Baron's fury in the process. Amidst the chaos, Emma and Enoch locate Jake, but their reunion is overshadowed by Baron's deceitful ploy, assuming Jake's form to deceive and manipulate them. Jake's critical moment arrives when he discerns the presence of the last remaining Hollow, a revelation that exposes Baron's treachery. Swiftly seizing the opportunity to reveal the truth, Jake takes decisive action, confronting Baron in his own guise. In a daring and calculated move, Jake confronts Baron Jake, ultimately outsmarting and overpowering him. Displaying immense bravery, Jake prevails by incapacitating Baron, exacting a decisive blow by incapacitating and defeating him, ending his menacing threat once and for all. That's quite the twist. It seems like Jake's return brings unexpected revelations. To find Abe alive after everything he experienced with Miss Peregrine and the peculiar children must have been surprising, and receiving a substantial sum of money within the Emerson book adds an intriguing layer to the story, almost as if Abe's gift is intended to support Jake's future adventures and travels. It's as if Abe's life and Jake's experiences have taken on a different dimension. What an unexpected turn of events. Jake's sprint to catch up to the children's ship, his revelation about traversing various loops in different cities and times. These elements truly add a captivating dimension to the story. And then Emma's unexpected action of stopping Jake and sharing a heartfelt moment by kissing him hints at a deep connection between them. The appearance of Miss Peregrine, arriving at the tower and reuniting with the children, further adds a touch of wonder and excitement to the scene. Her arrival, symbolizing unity and the continuation of their extraordinary adventures, suggests that their journey together is far from over, and new adventures await beyond the confines of their current loop.